Excuse me, can I borrow this?
I'll order in a minute. I'm just waiting for a friend. Good afternoon, sir. What would you like?
A pot of tea, please, and, oh dear,
Well, the ghetto's very nice. Real cream. We make it ourselves. Really very nice.
you talked me into it.
Yes. Hello. You. Come on. So. Yes.
Thank you. Oh, it looks delicious.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Miss, I was waiting for a young man, but I can't stay any longer. Can you give that to him?
Yes, sir.
And that's for the coffee.
Thank
you
you
very much.
So. Excuse me, sir. Were you meeting a young lady?
Oh, yes.
And she asked me to give you this.
Thanks very much.
And after that?
She left the phone booth and went to the Windsor tea shops just off the high street. That was at 3:25. After 3 or 4 minutes, she was joined by a man.
Oh. So, it's... I wish I hadn't started this wretched business.
We can stop right there, Mr. Blandford, if that's what you want.
Is she pleased to see you? It's a damn silly question. Is he good looking?
Good looking? Well, it depends, doesn't it? He's about 6 feet, but on the thin side, dark curly hair, late 20s, 30 at most.
So young.
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, and he gave her a book.
Would it be The Wasteland?
Yes.
Poetry.
Ah, yeah.
T.S. Eliot. Celia said she'd bought it in town. There's been only one book of poetry in the house till now, Palgrave's Golden Treasury. Could you hear what they were talking about?
Ah, no, I wasn't close enough for that.
No, they wouldn't want to be overheard. He's so much younger. Did they go on from...
No, they left separately at 4:20. Your wife left a few minutes after he did.
It could be possibly platonic. I mean, he is so much younger.
It's possible. It's quite possible.
But if it is, why shouldn't Celia tell me? What do you think, honestly?
Honestly, Mr. Blandford, I don't know.
Let's call it a day.
You mean you don't want me to go on with my inquiries?
No. No, I don't. Let me settle my account with you, Mr. Marker.
Tahiti, £259. Mexico, 196. Canaries, Senegal, Gambia. Mystery and excitement of Africa. Wouldn't it be lovely, darling? Darling?
Huh?
Mystery and excitement of Africa, be lovely.
Yes, well, we might do something about it next year.
We haven't had a holiday for 4 years.
Oh, it's not as long as that, surely.
You do seem to have got into the most awful rut.
Well, let's plan something for next year. These things take a bit of organizing. After all, there's the nursery. Can't just pack up and go.
We used to pack up and go.
Well, I had a partner then. Care for a drink?
No, it's too early for me, thank you. We seemed to have much more fun in those days.
You mean when Haywood was around?
Yes, it was more fun when he was around. Hello? 61940. Hello? Hello? Hello?
What was all that about?
No idea. I didn't think I'd wait for the heavy breathing.
And I hope everything turns out all right, Mr. Blandford.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Marker.
Bye. Six eight two one nine.
Oh, this is Clement Lawrence. Lawrence Nurseries.
Ah, yes. What can I do for you?
I'd like you to come out here and see me, if that's possible.
I have an appointment to see Mr. Lawrence. My name's Marker.
Oh, would you come in, Mr. Marker?
Thank you.
I'll see if I can track Daddy down, because he can be elusive.
Morning.
Mummy,
Good
do you know
boy.
where Daddy is? This is Mr. Marker.
How to do? Isn't he upstairs?
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, perhaps he's in the garden. Go and have a look. Would you like to come into the study, please, Mr.
Marker.
I imagine you're a Rosarian, or you wouldn't be here.
A Rosarian? No, don't think I am.
Really? When to sit down? You mean you're not interested in roses?
Oh, I like to look at them, yes, but don't know very much about them, I'm afraid.
How refreshing. I sometimes think I come a very poor second to my husband's roses, Mr. Marker. There are times when I could cheerfully cut all their lovely little heads off. Would you care for a drink?
No, thanks.
Well, I'll go and see if I can speed the operation.
You play, do you, Mr. Marker?
Well, sort of. Sign of a misspent youth, don't they say?
Really? I found Eddie.
Oh, good.
And that, Mr. Marker, is the Windsor Royal.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Nice. It's damn near perfect. Go on, smell it.
Yes, very strong.
Wouldn't you describe it as a most pleasing fragrance?
Yes. Most pleasing.
Reflexing petals, colour true, no fading. And for a hybrid to have such a bouquet was thought to be impossible. Distant fragrance of honey, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Lawrence, my sense of smell is, Look, congratulations on your rose, but I'm sure you didn't get me here to impress me with your ability to grow them, did you? So if you wouldn't mind...
You don't know very much about roses, do you?
To be quite honest, Mr. Lawrence, I don't know a daisy from a dandelion.
No, I thought so. Well, that's why I'm giving you all this information. Otherwise, you might imagine that I was a madman.
That's right. Well, you tell it your way, then.
All right, thank you. Now, this rose isn't for sale. It's taken 6 years to create.
It was a long time.
Oh, it's a relatively short time. Pernet Duché, for example, took 35 years to produce the Antoine Duché hybrid perpetual. Anyway, that's beside the point. Now, stocks of the Windsor Royal will have to be built up before it goes on the commercial market. Thousands of pounds are involved. You understand?
I'm beginning to, yes.
Good. Now I can come to the nub of the business. Sometime last week, 2 bushes were stolen.
Ah.
You take the implication.
But I think so, yes. What you're saying is that whoever took them can use them to build up stocks and then sell them in competition with you.
No, that's just about it.
Yes, but Mr. Lawrence, you're asking me to track down a couple of missing rose bushes, are you?
I think you need a drink, Mr. Marker. I had a partner once. Name of Haywood.
Thank you.
We split up some 7 or 8 years ago when... Oh, damn. Would you excuse me?
Yes.
Hello? It's the second time today. Where was I?
Your partner, Mr. Haywood, who said you'd split up.
Yeah. Yes, I discovered he was a cheat. Oh, soon afterwards, he opened a nursery just across the river. He took a lot of my customers with him.
Oh, Joe.
I hope you don't find this too sweet. We're out of Fino, I'm afraid.
No, it's fine. And do you think, then, that Mr. Haywood is the one that took your, what do you call them, Windsor Royals?
Almost certainly. And when you prove it, Mr. Marker, it'll be a matter for the police. It is a bit sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, but how can you be so sure?
Because I questioned my employees. And one of them, old Thornton it was, he told me something about Tom Coburn.
Mr. Lawrence, we're upset about them roses. Very upset.
Yes, I know. Well, I might have a line on it if you could help me. Tom Coburn, you worked with him here, didn't you?
I told Mr. Lawrence about Tom.
Ah, yes, I know you did, Mr. Thornton, but I'd like to hear it from you if you don't mind.
And much to it, one come out no different.
Just want to get it first hand, that's all.
Straight from the horse's mouth, eh?
Right.
Yes, Mr. Lawrence were very angry indeed. And I told him he was surprised. Well, you see it yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Tom, eh? Yes, he was good, was Tom, you know. But not thorough enough. Not thorough enough, Mr. Lawrence. Not exactly thorough enough.
Is that why I gave him the sack?
Yes, he did. I felt sorry for Tom. Mind you, he said that Mr. Lawrence was a bastard. I didn't like that. I mean, he said he'd get his own back from Mr. Lawrence.
And that was a couple of months ago, was it?
Ah, that's right. I didn't see him again until about, 3 weeks ago. I went into the George for a packet of fags. Not my kind of pub, really, you know, but, well, Tom was there, so I had one with him. Here, do you like a sandwich?
No.
Cheese and onion?
No, I'm going to have
Well,
mine.
Tom told me he was working for Hayward. I didn't think much to it at the time. Then, I bumped into him again, Sunday dinner time, like in the street. And he asked me how things was with Mr. Lawrence. Well, we all know how things are between Hayward and Mr. Lawrence, and Tommy looked sort of well contented.
Well contented? How exactly do you mean that, Mr. Thornton?
Well, a smile sort of like a Cheshire cat. So knowing the story, I put two and two together.
And what did you make?
Tom and Hayward got back on Mr. Lawrence.
What, by taking the roses?
Well, it's likely, innit? Mind you, I don't say they did it, but 'tis likely. After all, they're lovely roses, them Windsor Royals, you know. Look at them. Ain't they lovely roses? Ain't they lovely?
Yes. Yes, they are. Lovely.
God, Mr. Lawrence were angry. I never seen him. He surprised me he was so angry.
Dinner will be ready in a few minutes, Daddy. Want a radish?
Oh, lovely. What are we having?
Something special.
One of your efforts?
Noisette de veau gratinée.
Veal and grated cheese, eh?
It's baked in white wine.
Why, oh, I hope you didn't use the Montrachet.
I wouldn't dare. Hey, what did that rather freaky Mr. Marker want?
That rather freaky Mr. Marker happens to be a private detective.
What the hell do you want with him, Daddy?
I don't want anything. But he's going to make life rather uncomfortable for Ron Hayward.
Oh, you can't still believe he's responsible for your rose bushes. Just because you hate him, it really is too ridiculous.
It isn't ridiculous. And who said anything about hate? Dislike would be more appropriate.
You only go purple in the face when the name Hayward's mentioned, that's all.
You do like to exaggerate, don't you?
Come on, you two, or your lovely dinner will be ruined.
Hey, Mummy, that man Marker was a private eye.
Oh, Pam, really?
Private eye. What's this all about, Clement?
I'll explain over dinner. I can't bear cold veal.
The rose doth deserve the chief and prime place of all flowers whatsoever. It is the honour and ornament of our English sceptre. Fancy that.
Hello?
I'm glad it's you. I got your parents twice. Is it all right to talk?
Yes, Mummy and Daddy are just finishing dinner.
Well, at least you're speaking to me. That's something. Look, I wanted to apologize the other day.
Oh, look, forget about all that. Now, listen, something rather unpleasant's cropped up. I think we ought to meet. How about tomorrow at the tea rooms at 11?
peace offering.
What is this?
A flat iron for your bracelet. You don't have one, do you?
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, that's super. Oh, thank you, darling.
It's good to see you again, you know.
Me too.
Now, what's all the panic about?
Why don't know? It's all so ridiculous. Daddy's so fanatical. He's got such a fixation about your father.
Snap.
I don't think your father can possibly be as bad as mine. Oh, gosh, if they knew about us.
Well, they'll have to face up to it sometime.
Listen, you have a man working for you now who used to be with us, haven't you?
Tom Coburn.
Did he ever mention the Windsor Royal, do you know?
Well, yes. When he came to us for a job, I was there. Father pumped him. Not that he needed much encouragement.
No, and obviously your father would want to know what the enemy was up to.
So?
So, Daddy has hired a private eye.
Pam, what are you talking about?
2 bushes of Windsor Royal are missing, and Daddy thinks, well, you know what he's like.
Thinks what?
That your father and Tom Coburn are responsible.
No, the beer's a bit more expensive in here, but there's always a chance you meet 1 or 2 quite friendly birds. A lot of it about. I'm a bachelor, is he?
Oh, so am I.
Do your own shopping, eh?
That's right.
Thought so. As soon as I saw you, I said, bachelor. What about cooking?
Oh, I get by.
Oh, you eat out a lot, I suppose.
No, not much.
Oh, what is it then? Open up a tin, quick fry up?
No, I wouldn't say
Well,
that.
you don't look as if you do very well for yourself. I mean, me. I believe in looking after myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Casseroles, that's the answer to your problem.
Casserole.
Yeah. You get yourself a good iron casserole. There's 2 meals, you see. Second one's better when you warm it up. Oxtail.
Oxtail, I remember that.
Oxtail, shin of beef, load of veg. You get that lot inside you, you perform like a hero. You here with an eye for the talent, huh?
Wow.
Of course you are.
You going to stay with that, or do you want something stronger?
Well, that's right. Look, let me.
No. I insist.
That's light and bitter, then.
Oh, push the boat out. I've had a good day. Scotch?
Well, why not? You talk me into it.
Miss, can I have 2 whiskies, please? Large ones.
Right.
My name's Tom, by the way, Tom Coburn.
Frank Mark.
Ah, good to know you, Frank. You use these, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Well, then, Frank, what's your line of country, then? Don't tell me. You're a commercial, aren't you? Am I right? Of course I am.
70p, please.
Thank you.
Me talking to you about birds. Now, you commercials, you're the professionals of that game. I bet you could tell me a few stories, eh, Frank?
1 or 2. Water or soda?
Yeah, water, please. Yeah, I reckon I missed my way.
What do you mean you missed your way? What's your line of country, then?
Well, me? I'm a gardener.
No. God, life. Funny, isn't it? Cheers.
Cheers, Frank. Why funny?
I mean, you think you got it made? And vice versa. Now, for my money, your job...
You mean you'd like to be a working gardener?
It's always been a dream of mine. Close to the earth, you know, out in the air, healthy, marvellous.
Bloody hard work and not much money.
That's the way, isn't it? The other bloke's grass is always greener. I mean, I don't suppose I'll ever get any further than pottering about with my roses in the back garden.
You like roses, do you, Frank?
Do I like roses? You can keep your chrysanthemums, your carnations...
Do you know, I have been with roses for the last 5 years.
Get away.
Yeah. Ron Hayward's nurseries.
No.
I wouldn't have taken you for a rose fancier, Frank.
Yeah, but there you are. Appearances are deceptive, aren't they? I'd never have guessed your job. Hayward's, eh? No, I don't know Hayward's. I bought some bushes at Lawrence's.
Clem Lawrence? Yeah, I used to work for him until a few weeks back.
Did you?
Imagine Frank getting a push for working too fast. Eh? What's your favourite then, Frank? I mean, teas, ramblers, climbers, moss?
Well, I'm pretty Catholic, really, but I do like fragrance. Sutter's Gold or Cynthia Brook.
You do know what you like, don't you, Frank? They're handsome, all right. Healthy, too. Yeah, we've had a bit of success with the gold, but, you know, when you come down to it, you've got to go a long way to beat peace.
I can't argue with that, can I? Come on, finish it up. We'll have another one.
No, hang on, it's my shot.
I told you I've had a good day.
What's it, trouble come up for a Yankee? I knew you was a betting man, Frank, soon as I saw you.
Miss, get 2 more whiskies, please. 2 more large ones. There you go.
Hello?
What's that then?
I reckon we'll be all right there. You've got some service in and you know what they're saying.
You know, to be quite honest, Tom, I'd sooner have a Cynthia Brook.
Yeah, Frank.
Straight up.
Oh, a chap like you. There's too many hot dinners, that's what it is.
70p, please.
Do you know what, Tom? Water again?
Yeah.
No, it's a bit too much to ask. Cheers.
Cheers, Frank. What is it? If there's anything I can do.
Well, I was going to ask you a favour, but no, you've only been at Hayward such a short time.
I've got it. Stupid. You'd like a look around the nurseries, wouldn't you, Frank?
You've been reading my mind, haven't you?
Your root stock is losing its vigor. Well, good morning, Gordon. Thought you weren't coming in today.
It's only just gone 9, Father.
Good party, was it? Didn't hear you come in.
Fair.
Did you order that supply bomb meal yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like no to me.
I did. Honestly.
All right, you lazy bugger. There's a lot of leaves lying around. You better organise a clearing party for this afternoon.
Looks like the orders are coming in nicely.
Oh, so they should be after the autumn exhibition.
Morning, Mr. Hayward.
Morning, Tom.
Now, could I have a word, Mr. Hayward, or are you busy?
I'm happy to say we're always busy, Tom. What's on your mind?
Well, I met a chap in a pub last night. He's very keen on roses. When I told him I was working for you, Mr. Hayward, he started fishing for an invite to look round.
What was his name?
Frank Marker. Well, I didn't think you'd mind, Mr. Hayward, so you'll probably look in later on, if that's all right.
About 3:30. Anyone who loves roses is always welcome here, Tom.
The most serious rose diseases are mildew, black spot, and rust. Rust? Rust. Phragmidium mucronatum. Rust first appears as orange-coloured cushions under the leaves and on the stems. By the end of summer, the orange spores have turned black. The serious rose diseases are black spot, mildew, and rust.
Yes. Look, you'll have them within
A week.
Well, I'm sorry about that. You did
Mr. Hayward?
Yeah?
My name's Marker. Did Tom Coburn have a word with you?
Yes, how do you do, Mr. Marker?
How do you do? I hope I'm not being too much of an intrusion.
Anyone who loves roses is always very welcome.
Well, you know what it is. It's always nice to see how the experts go about it, isn't it?
I'm sorry it's not a more interesting time of year for you.
Never mind.
I'm sure Mr. Marker will find it interesting enough.
Oh, this is my son, Gordon, Mr. Marker.
How do you do?
How did you?
It will be a great pleasure to show you around, sir. This, believe it or not, is the Holy of Holies. It's where all the experiments take place. Attempts to produce the new varieties.
Haven't got the green rose, have you?
Oh, that's still a dream.
Isn't it? Like the black tulip.
That's right. A lot of luck in it, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a question of genetics, really, isn't it?
And there are over 1,000 genes.
Oh, nearer 2, surely.
I'm not too sure of the exact number, Mr. Marker. I just know that producing a new flower is a long, frustrating business.
Well, look at a peony douche, 35 years.
Look, I've got to go and ring someone. Would you excuse me for a few minutes?
Yes, of course. Oh, I'll find my own way back, shall I?
As you like, but I won't be long.
All right, well, I'll wait for you here.
Okay.
Learn anything, Frank?
Yeah. Yes, I reckon you could say that, Tom. Yeah. You know, it's all right. It's a good dog, it's all right. No, it's a good dog, it's a friend. It's a friend, a good dog. And don't worry, it's a friend.
Sultan, there you are. Mr. Marker.
Will you take him out, please?
Yes, of course. Come on, out you go. Right.
Thank you.
He's all bark and no bite. There's really no need to be afraid, Mr. Marker.
Thank you very much.
What on earth are you doing here? Are you looking for my husband?
No, I suppose you could say I'm acting on his behalf.
Oh, this ridiculous business of Ron Hayward and the roses.
Is it so ridiculous?
Let's go to the house, shall we?
Go.
Ron wouldn't do such a thing. It's simply not in his nature.
You knew him pretty well, did you?
When they were partners, of course I did.
Did you tell your husband it wasn't in his nature?
Yes. Not that it made any difference.
I asked your husband why he and Hayward split up.
Did he tell you?
No. No, all he would say was that Hayward was a cheat.
A cheat? That's funny.
Is it? Could you tell me what happened between them?
I could, yes.
Well, will you? That mean no?
I'm thinking about it.
It would help if I knew.
Would it really help?
Yes, of course it would.
Well, why not? It's all so ridiculous.
Why is it all so ridiculous?
You see, my husband, Mr. Marker, is convinced that Ron had it in his mind to seduce me.
And did he?
Seduce me?
Have it in mind?
No, of course not. Well, he was a man, you understand. When he'd had a few, he'd flirt a little, but don't all men.
Oh, I don't...
It's absolutely harmless.
Mrs. Lawrence, do you still see Mr. Hayward?
That's not quite a fair question, is it, Mr. Marker?
All right, then you don't have to answer it, do you?
And then, by implication, I'm guilty.
It's just between us.
It's all perfectly innocent. Occasionally, we meet in the town. We're still good friends. Have a coffee, chat. That's all.
So, in fact, your husband could have seen you together?
I'd soon hear about it if he had.
You sure?
Certain.
Oh, well.
Mr. Mark, you won't tell my husband, will you?
No, of course I won't.
Ah, there you are, darling.
Hello, Mr. Marker. Didn't know you were here.
Good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Well, I must get on. Bye, Mr. Marker.
Well, did you find anything?
Yes, I did. I found this at Hayward's place.
Ah, so we've got him.
Yeah. That rose, Mr. Lawrence, came from your stock here.
Here?
I could show you the actual bush. The break fits perfectly.
I don't understand.
No, I'm sure you don't, although for a time I thought that you'd planted it there.
You found this at Hayward's?
In one of the greenhouses.
And you say it came from here?
That's right.
Oh, that's not possible.
No point in arguing, Mr. Lawrence. Let's go and see. I'll show you the break. Coffee, please, and,
Well, the ghetto is very nice. Real cream. We make it ourselves. Really very nice.
No, not this morning. Just coffee, thanks. Oh, hello, Miss Lawrence.
Mr. Marker.
Sit down.
Must say I'm dying with curiosity. Such a mystery. What's it all about?
No mystery. I just want to clear up 1 or 2 points, that's all.
Are you suggesting this place?
You've been here before, haven't you?
Quite often, that's what's so freaky.
Have you had the ghetto?
Real cream.
They make it themselves.
Are you having some?
No, but don't let me stop you.
Oh, no, too many calories.
You don't have to worry about that kind of thing, Miss Lawrence, do you?
Very gallant, Mr. Marker. Look, why don't you call me Pam, because Miss Lawrence is so stuffy. Or would that be too friendly for this sort of occasion?
Here we are, sir.
Thank you very much. Coffee? You sure you don't want any gatos?
Just a coffee, miss?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, miss.
Well, I'm sitting comfortably, Mr. Marker, so why don't you begin?
Are you sure that you've got no idea why I asked you to come here this morning?
Absolutely none.
Look, you had it.
No, you have it. Go on. I'd rather you did, honestly.
But he didn't, did he?
How did you get this?
Curiosity. Part of my job.
It's pretty freaky, but it doesn't explain how.
Well, I was sitting here having my tea in this very chair. And I saw you waiting over there, and then I saw you get up and go. And I saw Gordon Hayward come in, and he left that behind.
And you picked it up.
Yeah.
That's so sneaky.
Yeah, well, I suppose it is. Your father doesn't know about you and Gordon, does he?
No, he doesn't. Look, what are you trying to say?
You told Gordon that your father had hired me because your father suspected his father of stealing his rose bushes, didn't he?
You asking me or telling me, Mr. Marker?
I'm telling you. Shall I go on?
Is there more?
Oh, yes, a lot more. Gordon said that was absolutely untrue. So you both decided it was about time your father was made to see sense. Maybe teach him a lesson. Perhaps even bring the two fathers face to face. Well, Gordon knew I'd asked to see around the nurseries, so you gave him one of your father's Windsor royals, and he made pretty certain that I'd find it. Is that true or not?
Be careful, miss. It's very hot.
Sugar?
Well, Gordon said that Daddy and his father would have this tremendous row. That would clear the air. Then we could tell them what we'd done and why. So perhaps they'd be friends again.
And you and Gordon would be all right for the future. But what about the two missing rose bushes?
No, we had nothing to do with that. Well, it was only when we found out about you that Gordon got the idea.
Do you know what I suggest?
No?
I suggest that you tell your father what you just told me. Well, who knows? He might see the light.
Nothing to lose, is there?
Nothing at all.
Who do you think did steal those wretched plants, Mr. Marker?
Still working on that, aren't I?
Of course, you see, Frank, I'm not just a gardener. I can turn my hand to anything.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Apart from that. I can take an old banger, give me a couple of days, I'll have it running like a sewing machine.
What other talents have you got?
Oh, decorating, carpentry. I could make you a chest of drawers. Every drawer snug fit, professional finish. Do you know what I mean?
Here. Can you sew a button on?
Oh, I was in the Navy, wasn't I? Hey, come on, Frank, drink up. It's my shot. How's about a scotch?
No, I'm taking it easy tonight.
Well, it's Sunday tomorrow, isn't it?
All the same.
What are you saving yourself for, Frank? What are you up to, eh?
Nothing. I promise you. I just don't want another hangover, do I?
Well, I'll believe you, but there are those that wouldn't. Janice! What do you think about Janice, eh?
Huh?
See that ladder in her stocking?
Yeah.
Stairway to paradise. Jan, love, when you're ready. Same again, please, love. And why don't you have one yourself, eh?
Thanks. I'll have a gin and tonic.
What do you think of that, Tom?
It's a Windsor Royal.
That's right.
You've been over at Clem Lawrence's place, haven't you, Frank?
Oh, yeah. That didn't come from there, though.
No?
No.
Well, where did it come from, then?
You worked at Lawrence's nearly 5 years, didn't you?
Yeah.
You must know everybody there pretty well, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But why you, I mean, what's it all about?
I'll tell you. Hello, Mr. Thornton. I was afraid I might have missed you. Thought you might have gone to the pub already.
You better come in, mister.
on your own here, are you?
Ever since Kathleen, my missus, she died about 10 years ago.
Bit lonely, is it?
I managed.
Well, you look cosy enough, anyway.
You aren't come here to find out how I manage.
No. No, I haven't.
I ain't stupid, you know.
No, I'm sure you're not. Got a bit of a garden at the back of you?
That's right. Ain't much, but no use messing about. I'll show you. I know they was special. Very special to Mr. Lawrence. Windsor oils, eh? Well, they are a lovely rose, you know. A very lovely rose. Of course, I should have asked him, really, but I didn't think he'd miss a couple of bushes.
Ah, but he did, didn't he?
God, he was angry. Oh, I never seen him so... I didn't know what to say to him, and so I made up that there story, you see, and then it's been worrying me ever since. Funny thing, you know, last night I couldn't sleep worrying about it. I made up my mind I'd tell him there and then where they was. I mean, I should have asked, of course, but I didn't want him to say no. They are a lovely rose, though, aren't they? Very lovely rose.
Yeah. Yes, lovely.
Why the devil didn't he ask me?
Well, he said he thought they were so special that you'd never have let him have one.
Silly old fool.
Not going to give him the sack, are you, Mr. Lawrence?
What a silly old fool. No, of course I'm not.
Coffee, please. No gateau. Yes, you were right, just as I was leaving.
Daddy?
That's right.
Friendly?
Friendly.
Have you a moment?
Oh, hello, Mr. Blandford. Yes, come in. Sit down, Mr. Blandford, sit down. I won't keep you a minute. I must just finish this. Right.
It's no use, Mr. Marker. I want a divorce. I want you to get the evidence.
Thank you.